Okay, great. So, everyone, thanks for coming this morning. I want to introduce you to our director, Nimrod Antal.
Hi, everybody.
Sit over here. Producer, Robert Rodriguez, and joining us this morning as well, Adrien Brody.
Everybody.
Good. We get a little closer to the
intimate room.
Yeah.
Oh, economic food.
Okay, we'll start with the first question.
Last night at the thing, you guys kind of skimmed over when somebody asked what was wrong with Predator 2.
Oh, I actually couldn't think of an answer right off the bat.
I was just going to say, what is it maybe that you think that was sort of missing from the last interpretations of them on screen that you think that you restored with this film?
Let's start.
I think the hunt is, and suspense, and trying to take it back to what works in classic horror films, and trying to keep the monster in the shadows more than throwing him in your face right off the bat. I think if we look at the timeline on the first film, you had, I'm bluffing right now, but I think 40 minutes into the film was the first time you saw the cloaked Predator. So I think we concentrated on trying to bring that back into it, and I think we were successful.
You can't wait 40 minutes now, though.
No, and we don't. We handle it a little bit differently because you're introduced to something early on, but
you can get away with a lot more and be reintroduced to that fear if your characters, and it comes back to the acting and the characters. You're right. The audience is, the characters are the eyes for the audience. So whatever the characters are doing believably, the audience will feel. You will feel that again, that you don't need to see them show up in 5 minutes. If their presence is there and they have something to react to. And also it's easy to go back and deconstruct these movies and say what didn't work at the time. You could go back and say, oh yeah, well it shouldn't be Predator 2 slightly in the future, because that maybe pulled you that much more away from the characters that you couldn't relate to them because they were not current. And you can go say, oh, the AVP movies didn't work because it became too much of a ultimate fighting champion bout than concentrating on character. But we've had the benefit of being able to see other pictures that didn't work and go, oh, well, now we can know what not to do. Had we been second, maybe we would have done something completely different too.
Adrien, it's great to see you here today. Can you talk about what sort of special training your character has to fight the Predator and what you did to prepare for it?
Well, I approached this with a kind of a level of focus I would approach any of the roles that I've been given an opportunity to play. And I think, to just elaborate further on what the guys were saying, is that I think my intention, I think the intention of hiring me to play Royce was to delve into a kind of flawed tragic hero and not this kind of typical overtly physically imposing character. And I think I did put on a substantial amount of muscle mass for the role, but that was really, and the physical training was a big part of building to that character. But I think to prepare psychologically, I had the luxury of we shot in Hawaii, and we shot in thousands of acres of tropical rainforest, and I had gotten permission from the owners of the estate to let me stay on the property. So I isolated myself and I stayed on the property. I didn't stay in the hotel, and I came out to work out and eat. My nightly ritual was like poring over survival manuals and military and paramilitary training books. I was reading Sun Tzu. I was studying meditation. I was on a very strict diet. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't eating sugar. wasn't having sex.
Nothing fun.
I was very focused. I think it was.
He felt like he was on a Predator.
I had to kind of go there for me because, this is a tremendous opportunity for me, and I'm a huge fan of the brand, and I'm a huge fan of the genre and the original film, and I know that I have a big responsibility to convey a sense of truth in my performance, and it was very exciting. It was a very exciting process for me because it's all kind of like all the technical stuff and the kind of Rambo-like qualities of a character are really awesome. And like as a kid, I love these stories. So it's an excuse for me to kind of seriously go there.
So one thing that jumped out at me from watching the footage this morning was the sort of Heart of Darkness quality to it, especially with Fishburne's character, but just in general. Was that something you guys were consciously playing with, and how do you go about updating that for the 21st century, that kind of story?
I think that there was a lot of thought put into just tone and mood and mystery. So if that's what you mean by the Hearts of Darkness feel, then definitely. They were all also on a journey, clearly. And
like also the guy going native, kind of, that's an old kind of story.
Yeah. I think of course we took The Most Dangerous Game. We took all our favorite films into consideration while approaching this one. But we did want to create something that would stand on its own, and hopefully you guys when you see it, you're going to see it as its own thing and not an aftertaste of anything else.
And it was fun to come up with a story, and we wanted to have each one of these characters feel like they could be the stars of their own movie. Everyone, because it's sort of an ensemble cast, but you could go off and make a movie all about Adrien's character, or Elise's character, or Fishburne's. And at a certain point in the movie, you realize that they can only figure out so much on their own. It really would be beneficial to the story if somebody there could just clue them in as to what the hell's happening. Right. And so we created this character who had survived, and fortunately Nim had worked with Lawrence Fishburne before. I mean, that was the most exciting thing, to be on set. We didn't cast him until way late in the game because we were going, let's finish writing this part. Who could we bring in? We don't need him till the end of the schedule. Lawrence shows up. I mean,
it was awesome.
Awesome. And just to see the other actors, because he was supposed to bring this sense of awe and not only on the screen, but I think in person, the other actors, when you'd see them with him, there was this sense of just power that he brought, and it was just really cool to see how everybody interacted with him on the floor.
Well, he had such an unusual take for the choices that he would make, and obviously he's someone that we all respected tremendously. So, yeah,
he was having fun.
He had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
he kind of
it was very
awakened a new level.
Yeah.
And just a little insight into Lawrence in general, one of the things he said when we first got together on the floor, he's like, so we're going to play again. And that was just such a cool thing to see that's how he approaches it. We're playing here. I really respected that. I like that.
Adrien, you've worked with a variety of directors in different genres.